This video is sponsored by Lumberjack Tools. Go to www.lumberjacktools.co.uk and use code MAT0005 DIY at checkout to get 5% off. I started by just laying a board up against my fence to mark out the runner. I didn't want to measure, I just used like a real reference and just laid the board up against my fence. Whenever using a tool as a reference, I always go back and just double check my tolerances. Then I could cut out my other side using the same size as the fence side, because on my Dewalt the second side of the fence is actually smaller. And another test just to see if they were okay. I cut the top runner simply by measuring across the two spans and making an exact cut. Like I said before, test, dry mock up and just make sure everything runs smooth. When making jigs, I typically like to use CA glue because it gives you a little bit of working time and allows you to position your piece until you can get some screws or brads in. On my second outside runner, I put this piece of masking tape there to give a literal millimetre of a space so that when you take it off, you'll have literally no play, but it will be a smoother run across the side of the fence. If you don't do this, it can be too tight and it won't run as smooth. Some ASMR here, pulling that masking tape off, but as you can see, it runs really smooth and little to no play at all, which is exactly what we want. The vertical support I literally measured by eye, it just felt right. So I'm using CA glue again here, and that mainly is because I wanted to make sure I could get this as square as humanly possible, and that's what you want to do as well. And then you can fix afterwards some screws like I do in this clip. That is my way of doing it. You know, works either way. I just like having that ability to play with how square my piece is. I added these small triangle supports at either end just to give it as much support as possible and keep it square. The last step for this is literally just adding a piece of wood for your workpiece to go against. Again, like all before, keep it square, fix it well. I used some CA glue and then came back in with some screws later on. And there you have it, a super simple bridal joint jig. It's not going to be as accurate as the metal ones you can get on the market, but it will 100% do the job. It's accurate enough to give you really tight, nice fitting bridal joints, and as long as you stay within your markings and just take it slow, take it a little bit at a time, and you'll get a perfect joint every time. Thank you guys for watching this video. Any questions you've got, leave down in the comments below. Please like, subscribe, and I will catch you in the next video. This video is sponsored by Lumberjack Tools. Go to www.lumberjacktools.co.uk and use code